So I've been talking about the differences in dating men versus dating women, and I've been proving some points here, and women are pressed about it. I've been saying that women are picky, like so picky, they're not willing to go out with anyone, whereas a man is just happy to be part of the experience. Now, women are getting very upset about this, saying it's okay to have standards. Let me give you an example. Buckle up. Last night, I matched with a woman on a dating app. We talked for about 30 minutes, sending messages back and forth pretty quickly, getting to know each other, and we have so much in common. We're both Christians, we have the same life goals, we're at the same place in life, we find each other attractive. This is going well, right? But here's the thing about women. They want to find out if you're worth getting out of bed for before they're even willing to go on the first date. So she starts asking some questions, and they seem pretty innocent, right? She says, what are your top 5 favorite foods? Naturally, I list off a whole bunch of southern foods. Catfish, grits and greens, sweet tea, grandma's green beans. Now, I don't eat these things constantly, but if I was on a desert island, yeah, that's what I want to eat. What I did not realize when she was asking me what my favorite foods are was that she was testing me. A little bit later in the conversation, things are still going really well. She says, you're really funny. And I say, thanks, I'm hilarious on social media. Check me out. I live for donuts. She says, you eat donuts? And I reply, I mean, yeah, some of the time. Like, who doesn't, right? I'll go for a hot and ready at Krispy Kreme, and sometimes I eat donuts before the gym. Not every day, but yeah, I like a good donut. She shuts down immediately. Oh, I think we're mismatched. I couldn't possibly be with someone who eats donuts. Come again? She said, I'm an RN, and I'm getting into holistic medicine. I hope to be a holistic influencer, and I need someone who supports me in that journey. I believe that donuts should be illegal, and if you eat donuts, we're not compatible. Huh? Like, you gotta be trolling me, right? I kind of laughed it off, and she's like, no, I'm very serious. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I'm just not interested in anyone who eats donuts. You can check 95% of a woman's boxes, and she will still find a reason not to go out with you. You can check 70% of a man's boxes, and he will jump through hoops to go out with you. But, yeah, if there's any donut-loving, normal, conservative lesbians out there, call me.
And this is what I'm saying. It's not just the men going through it. The lesbian, anybody, the dog gonna catch it. The pet hamster gonna catch it. The car gonna catch it. If they hate anybody and everybody, the grass is gonna catch it. Everything, the walls, the TV, all of it, everything's gonna catch her wrath.
This might be controversial, but women are not meant to be disciplined. Our society sees discipline as a sign of strength, but often it's the most disciplined women who actually end up struggling and suffering the most. And that's because discipline, as it's traditionally taught in our modern world, does not align with the female physiology. And that is just facts. We are not meant to be disciplined. We are meant to be devoted, which is the same exact thing, but also entirely different. Men are meant to be disciplined. Women are meant to be devoted. When you're devoted, you still work hard. You still show up for the things that matter, but you don't push yourself like a man to operate in the exact same way every single day. The masculine is the sun, the feminine is the moon. We have a month-long cycle, just like the moon, and we are meant to operate like the moon.
Well, you can't. You physically can't. You literally cannot. Your body won't allow it. It's just different. Even when you're trying to run at the same pace as a man, you can't do it. That's why when they're running track and all of these things, can't do it. Because your body is not the same as a man's. So really, honestly and truly, you need to put this on the FYP of all of these modern women.
Be out here 22 and 23 ready to settle down with a nigga. Like, I'll be a leave that to them old. Talking about some, I'm ready to cook home, cook meals, stay home and all day. What? Go.
Interesting. Gross. But interesting.
Oh my gosh. So what do you do for a living?
I do OF.
OF. How much you bring in a month?
In a month? At least like 10 racks.
How many subscribers you got?
I have about like 670.
He's so nice and he's the guy that I should want. But it's like I need a little bit of like a, you're going to send me to the psych ward, and it's just not giving that.
Hi, my name's Addie. I'm going to teach you how to fix the engine on a 330i. Actually, I don't know how to fix the engine, but for $399, you can see my...
No, girl, imagine having that man's baby and you start to feel like super
about your new body, and instead of giving you like mommy makeover money, he just goes, "Oh babe, you should like come to the gym with me."
So as we're all very much aware, we are living through a chopped man epidemic. It's gotten so bad to the point that if I see an attractive man, it genuinely makes my day. I was walking on the sidewalk earlier and I saw a cute guy in his car, so I waved at him and he smiled back at me. And obviously he drove away after that, but I was like, oh my god, a cute guy? This was at 6:50 p.m. and it's 7:17 now, and I'm still like, aw, oh my god. And I feel like this is going to power me through my evening, like, wow, an actually cute.
I mean, it keeps getting worse. It keeps getting worse.
I got off the dating apps a couple months ago because, you know, they just kind of suck. But last month truly solidified my decision to never return to those apps, and it's not for the reason that you think. So basically, my best friend found out from some guy that there was somebody on the dating apps that were using her pictures, like they were basically catfishing, pretending to be her. So she asked me, will you make a fake profile like as a guy and then like swipe through and see if you come across my profile? So I'm like, yeah girl, I got you. So I make a fake profile. Now I'm pretending to be some man and I'm swiping through all the women to find my friend. Y'all, when I tell you, I was swiping 10 after 10 after 10 after 10, like gorgeous woman after gorgeous woman after gorgeous woman, all of them with very well thought out profiles, all of them with hobbies and interests, who want long-term committed relationships, all of them who are like clearly putting a lot of effort into this. And like I couldn't run out of options. It seemed like no matter how many times I swiped, there was always another 10 waiting for me. And it just made me think, like, if this is what it's like for them, I'm seeing why partially they don't take women that they meet on dating apps that seriously. Because like, if I match with this girl and she's not immediately what I want her to be, she's not vibing with what I'm vibing with, I ask her if I can come over at 10 o'clock at night and she don't want to do it, I'm just gonna get back on the apps and find somebody that will. Like, just swipe one more time and you'll find somebody who probably looks even better than her, who's probably even more of a match.
Speaking to my friend this morning, and we were sharing all of the horrific experiences we'd had with our abusive ex-boyfriends, and the common theme that kept cropping up was a denial not just of our feelings but of our humanity, which is a manifestation of a lack of empathy. And it made me think about how men are socialised to treat women this way, and the fact that throughout history, men have been socialised not only to view women as objects for their own gratification, but to hate and punish women who express them.
It's so funny because most of my following on this count are men that would probably actually hate me in real life. I will never have children. I will always prioritize my career and my life over finding a man or having a family. I am a feminist and a liberal. Don't run too fast.
My mom didn't get pregnant for the first time until she was 37. That's when she had my sister. She was 39 when she had me, and she had my brother when she was 41. She had no issues getting pregnant, no issues with her pregnancies. So for any woman stressed about timeline, marriage, kids, like, it is okay to start later. You have time.
I guess what's funny to me is that modern women don't tend to even think about or reference science. None of it. Like, not even half of it. If it goes against anything that they believe, it doesn't even exist.
Oh my goodness, no. Absolutely not. I mean, we're getting warmer. It's getting close. Perfect.
That's neither here nor there. Gentlemen, you're going to have to find a new insult, okay? Women don't care about being single anymore. Haven't you realized that most of them don't want to be wives? They don't want to be mothers. They have more money, more degrees, and property, travel the world, and are doing really well. Like, it's not an insult. Women are happily doing it.
Instead of taking care of her husband, she's on here talking foolishness. Dang.
I'm 38 years old. I've never been married. I've never had children. I have 3 cats in my house. Only 2 of them are mine. But it's another Christmas that is about to come and go where my relationship status is the same. And it's crazy because if you had asked me 10 years ago if I would be single at 38, I would have been like, absolutely not. And if I am, then just me now. You know?
No, babe, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the fact that I'm 20-something years old, cute as hell, and should be on a yacht in the south of France right now.
What?
I genuinely need the universe to explain. I'm over here ready to be wifed, though. I'm ready to fall so in love. Like, I'm ready to give someone serious babies. I'm 31 today, and no one is sitting across the table from me at dinner and holding my hand or telling me how beautiful I look or coming home and doing whatever it is that people do. It's unfair. It's ridiculous.
I just want someone to pay my bill in exchange for some selfies and a conversation. But that's just way too much to ask for, I know. I'm not pretty enough, unfortunately, but if I was that pretty...
I don't think these modern women are expecting to bring any value to the table. They're not even disguising it anymore.
Crying right now because I don't think I'll ever get married. Or be happy or have a normal life with a family. Crying right now because I don't think I'll ever get married. Or be happy or have a normal life with a family. I feel so ungrateful right now because I have an amazing son, but...
A few moments later.
It's the end of the month. Send that girl a cash app to get her hair and nails done. Quit texting what you doing all the time. You know what she doing. She paying bills.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother.
A regular conversation with you, and you're just it's not even the fact. It's not even the fact.
Focus on yourself, lad, because most of these birds don't fucking care. Trust. Take that for an example, lad. These birds are fucking easily influenced by the mates. These birds could be fake crying to you about splitting up and then off to the club the same night, lad. Know what I'm saying? Fucking focus on yourself. These birds don't care. Most of these birds lose out on a good man because they're listening to the single toxic mate's advice.
A regular conversation with you, and you're just it's not even the fact.
This is stuff that they brag about. But then in the same breath, they're going to be sitting back there crying and whining and complaining about what men do and this man did this to me. All the while you've been doing that to everybody else.
I was with my best friend from 19 to 26 years old. That dude was on everything, okay? This is the story that he would tell everybody when they would ask what kind of person I am. We've been together for like 2.5 years at this point, maybe 2 years, and he had gotten signed to Universal Music, an amazing producer, artist, fantastic. And he was living in Vegas, and I showed up at his place in Vegas for the first time since he had moved there. And this man was sleeping on a blow-up mattress. And I was like, there is no way that the man that I love is going to sleep on a blow-up mattress. I had no job at this point. I had just moved to the U.S., was getting my green card. I couldn't work. With the little money that I did have, I went and I bought him a mattress and put it in the back of my Passat, okay? And then proceeded to carry that mattress up 3 flights of stairs at like 9 o'clock in the morning in the scorching Vegas heat. Walk in there, I'm like panting, sweating, dying because... that's what you do when you love somebody. That's the kind of person that I am in a relationship. I will give 100% of myself and the last bit of energy that I have because I love you. That is what a woman does. Yeah, we can talk about how I cooked and cleaned for him and helped him with his business and helped him become a millionaire, and now he lives in a nice penthouse apartment in Vancouver. I don't need to talk about that because I know what kind of woman I am when I show up in a relationship. You want to know I ruined that relationship? We were long distance for a period of time. I went during the pandemic and I was staying with him in Vancouver and something changed. And you want to know what changed? He started watching podcasts like Fresh and Fit. He started listening to content about MGTOW, and that man changed. And I would sit across from him and not understand the person that I was seeing. I felt like I was waking up to somebody that I did not know. I am qualified to talk about this. I am qualified to understand the repercussions that red pill content have on men, because the person that I wanted to spend my life with, the person I was in love with, the person I wanted to marry changed overnight because of the content like that. And I see now the men who do watch that content. I hear the things that they say because I would listen to it. I actually started consuming that content because I wanted to understand what happened. To all the men who asked me that question,
I guess I would ask, when you watched it, what did you take away from it? Did you take anything that could be of use to you? Did you take anything that you could say, oh, okay, this is how men think. Oh, okay, I didn't know men felt that way when women said this. Did you learn any of that? No, of course not. You only learned, oh man, he's changing. We need to stop this stuff. Men are telling you, like, you guys don't really have any critical thinking skills to say, okay, let me sit down and watch this. Oh, okay, I really don't agree with that, but I can see what he's saying here. That's it. Y'all are expecting men to hear and listen to quite literally everything that you're saying, and then to act upon it at the snap of your finger. But then when a man says, listen to this podcast, oh, I don't like this, I don't like it, you spend all that time complaining about what you do and don't like, and the man is saying, I'm telling you, this is how I feel. Oh, you hate women? No, I don't. But with everything that's going on and with how I've been treated, this is how I'm feeling. Still don't take accountability. Still don't slow down for the person you love now and say, maybe I ought to take a closer look at maybe what I am doing or what I think I'm doing, and maybe 90% of this stuff I'm not doing. But maybe there's some of it that, I could, if I truly love my partner, then I can learn how to love him better. But you didn't take that away. You want to stay a modern woman.
I don't want to get married anymore. Marriage seems like it would be the best deal for a dude. You could get someone to have sex with you for the rest of your life, someone to find your wallet every day, close the cabinets behind you, pick up your socks. Okay, it would be one thing if guys would take off their socks and leave them on the floor, but they'll pick them up and then put them by the bread. Why are your socks by the bread? Oh, they're not all the way dirty yet.
I just found out if you have women roommates that their dads expect you to protect the house. One of my roommates' pops came up to me recently and he was like, hey, Max, as the man of the house, you're going to have to protect it. And I was like, bro, as the man of the house, I don't love your daughter. I'm like, we all pay the same in rent and she got the biggest room. If your daughter gets dragged out by her ankles, she's it.
I always see people very shocked that pretty girls are single. They'll be the most absolutely stunning model looking girls being single. But that's because people genuinely believe that they can pull any man they want, and which they probably can pull them, but is majority of the time lust and not love. Pretty girls are usually lusted and not loved. People usually have the intent of wanting to be seen with a pretty girl rather than keeping her, pouring into her, doing things that benefit her, wanting to spend the future with her. Do you get it? Majority of the time, there's people out there that just want to say that they've experienced this pretty girl. Do you get it? And that is why people like rappers or athletes or whatever, they move to model to another rapper to, do you get what I'm trying to say? They'll just be seen with all these different girls because they just want to say that they've experienced these pretty girls. And it's sad because they're gorgeous, they're stunning, with so much to offer, and majority of the time they're lover girls. But how can they be lover girls when they know that they're being lusted? Do you get? It's actually a cold world we live in.
So are you talking about you, or are you just speaking in general?
Honestly.
Your most attractive friends are single. Yeah, here's why. I know you know. I know you're thinking of that one friend, that one Becky that you're she's hot as fuck, but she literally has never had a boyfriend. Yeah, here's why. The boys, the men, the Jimmy, the John, the James are all afraid of getting their ego hurt, okay? Men go for who they can, and women go for who they want. And when you go for someone that you want, not knowing if they want you back, sometimes you get rejected. But because men are so scared of getting their ego hurt, they won't go for someone that they think will say no to them or will reject them.
Who's gonna tell her? Her name is Sarah, so I feel obligated. If Sarah was my little sister, this is the advice that I would give her. What I believe that you're suffering from, hot girl derangement syndrome. You see, women that are similar to your presentation and your mindset actually give men the biggest ick on the face of the planet. If I were to wrap a bow around the biggest icks that men have, self-entitlement, grandiosity, shallowness, inability to see logic and truth, all of those will basically kill any sort of attraction. So to the women who think like this, if you want to be single forever, this is potentially the way to do it. I like to give men a little bit more credit and lift them up rather than tear them down, because we are both flawed and we need each other. If you want more content like this, hit that.
99, 98% of the time, I don't date black men, and I'm happier because of that. Just be Dr. Lori, your Paris dating coach. I help high-achieving black women date in Paris for adventure, fun, and love if they choose. Controversial Shannon. His post came up to my feed about how black men are complaining that black women are dating, that a black woman said she doesn't date black men. And of course, we needed a black man to chastise black men, because when we do it, we're bees. And basically he said that black men choose to date 30-40% outside of our and they constantly complain about black women. They're very negative, not negative to the point of vitriolic against them. Most black women have had, I won't say most, but a lot of black women have had some really negative, not only negative, but damaging relationships with black men, to the point that it's caused trauma. Yeah, I said trauma. So why would we want to continue to date you, black men, when we've had significant trauma? A few weeks ago, I met a man from Benin. We went on a date, and basically he wanted to come back to my place, and he wanted me to give him a blowjob. So after that, I deleted all of the black men on the dating app. However, I am talking to one. I mentioned him as Chaka Zulu right now. He is his family is from Cape Verdean and I think the Gambia. He seems to genuinely be interested in me, but we'll see. But I mentioned the men I was dating. That is the only black man in the queue. My dog is barking at me because I'm not paying attention to him, kind of like how men do. So I'm just going to say, we have to go where we're celebrated. We have to date men that celebrate us. And that's why I date outside of my race in Paris. Follow me.
Should you be worried about dating right now? Do you have grandkids that you should be buying gifts for? Somewhere giving them McDonald's money? That sort of thing? You know, it's strange to me that women of her age are still out here amongst foolery, involved in foolery at your age. When is a man gonna grow up? I don't know. I asked you the same question.
Men are offended by misandry because men have literally never liked women. I don't know, women wanted to get jobs. All the men were like, no. Women wanted to go to school and men were like, no. And then we wanted to vote and they were like, no. And then we wanted to be able to get no-fault divorce and they were like, no. And we wanted to be lesbians and then they were like, yes, but only for our enjoyment. You can't be offended by us not liking you. You hate us. You kill us. You do not value us as people. Why would we like you? And I think you hate us even more and you resent the fact that without it being written into law, we do not need you. We are outpacing you academically, in home ownership. We're starting to outpace you within our income. Like, why would we need you now? Why would I date a man who feels the need to whisper the word period and gets uncomfortable when I have armpit hair, when I could just not? A great man is a man who goes to school, works, cooks, cleans, helps raise the kids. A great man is just an average fucking woman. And you guys hate that.
I think you're safe, gang. Especially with your attitude. I think you're safe. You don't think you overdid that a little bit? What are we doing?
The only reason why most always have a problem with the way that hoes is trying to treat Russell Wilson and all that shit is because we understand as men that's in the game that you bitches only choose Russell Wilson as a contingency plan. You only choose Russell Wilson after the dumb or the fuck nigga that you've been dealing with for all this time you over so bad that you can't go back to the nigga. Or you on the other side of life and the nigga that you've been fucking with is not trying to be serious with you. So you gotta go find somebody that's trying to be serious. Now granted, you can drop somebody and go pick up somebody the next day. I'm not taking that away from Sierra. But the only thing I have a problem with, and a lot of men have a problem with, is that you bitches are trying to make it seem like Russell Wilson is your norm. Russell Wilson is not your norm. He never has been. That's why Sierra didn't go fuck with him when she didn't have no kids. Sierra didn't go fuck with him before she Wow, 50 Cent and Future. She didn't go fuck with him before all the bad shit came about. She went through the bad shit, learned that there's consequences for her actions, and said, hey, can I go find somebody that'll deal with this shit? And it just so happened to be Russell Wilson. But think about the life he lived, where he was never in no type of allegations, where he was never in the media and no cheating scandals. He was never in the media for doing no other shit but being a great football player. So think about a bitch who's been living her life at the highest status, and doing whatever the fuck she wanted to do her whole life, not caring about consequences, versus a who's been on his purpose and actually got himself through the mud he gotta be just for to understand that he's been on his purpose to then now come and try to fuck him as the last option. You bitches make Russell Wilson the contingency plan. He's not the first choice, because if he was the first choice, he wouldn't be a stepdad. Right. In 2015, Future dropped Dirty Sprite 2. In 2015, the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Who was the better choice? She chose the that she wanted to choose, and she had a baby and procreated with the. So stop trying to make it seem like Future better than Russell Wilson, and stop trying to make it seem like Russell Wilson is better than Future. At the end of the day, it's all about where the is at in her life and how her life is going for her to choose either she gonna for Future or she gonna for Russell Wilson. That's it.
And then she had to go on a PR tour around the country talking about how much Russell Wilson is in love with Future's son, how much, oh, that's not his son, that's my son, I'm going to adopt him. You don't got to do this. You don't got to do this, Russell.
Y'all, so when I saw this post, I was like, oh, I got to talk about this, because when I look at the men now and I look at the men that I used to like growing up, oh my God, like the men don't look as fine as they used to. Okay. So I'm gonna give y'all a list of some of the people I used to like, and then y'all can write yours down in the comment bar. Okay. So I used to really love Wesley Jonathan. I used to think he was so fine. Jordan, when he used to be on Young and the Restless, fine. Okay. I used to really love Nokio from Drew Hill. Chef's kiss, okay? I used to love Tony Braxton's ex-husband. I used to think he was real fine, because he was bald back then. Fine. And then Marlon Wayans, oh, he was like sexy fine, like loved it. So there was like a lot of people back then that I used to really think was so.
It's something going on with the men in their 40s right now. It is something going on with the men in their 40s right now. I'm trying to figure out what they mamas was eating and drinking pregnant with them, because all of them is out here looking good. Skin clear as hell. Bodies look great. Something was in the water when they mama made them, because them fools is out here looking great. And every time I come across one and I ask them, how old are you? After they ask me how old I am, they'll be like, oh, I'm 42.
Who y'all think paying for BBLs and getting the body done? Them YNs. Who giving up the racks out here? Them YNs. YNs finished with us. We don't need nobody else. They beating backs in. They making us walk again. They making us see again. They making us feel again. They making our confidence come back. Hello?
If I remember correctly, she was the one that got divorced and was crying about it. I mean, just boo-hooing about it. Oh my God, I want my man back. But now we see that you've graduated from crying to one of the worst coping mechanisms. I saw a meme online. It was kind of like emojis, and it had a man, like what men do after a breakup or something like that. And it had like different activities, like going to the gym, getting money, like just the emojis for that. And underneath it, it had what women do, and it had every color of emoji for a man. So, so you go to white men, black men, Hispanic men, and the like.
Why are today's women so filled with hatred towards men, yet they will still engage with men for attention and resources?
Because women are desperate sometimes. Not me, though.
Because everybody needs to survive. Everyone needs to survive, period. But I think it's scarier for women nowadays just because there's a lot of different energies, like male energies. And as a woman, I can say I choose the bear any day.
It's a love-hate relationship. Like, if you hate it, you still gotta be about it.
Because a man is gonna provide me what I allow him and want him to, whether I give him what he wants or not. It's all about the power of seduction.
Just curious, have you ever friend zoned, you guys?
Yeah, a lot. Like every guy I know almost. Because I hate men. They terrify me.
Wait, say that one more time?
I said I hate men.
Are you a feminist?
No, I'm really not. I don't know.
Wow. I'm going to disavow that statement. But so why do you hate men?
I mean, I grew up with 4 stepdads, no dad, like abusive boyfriend since I was 16. Like, you
pick these guys.
Yeah, I did.
There's a pattern here. If any of them put hands on you, that's clearly wrong. Should never physically strike somebody. But you have a pattern of picking these kinds of men.
If they already previously have a track record of being abusive and you know that, why is it that you continue to pursue them?
So,
nothing irritates me more than a man. The end. Whoever fought for women to get jobs. Why? Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, I am... Oh my god.
Notice she said we. Why did we fight for the right to work? So nothing irritates you more than feminism. Modern feminism.
Hate men, right?
Yeah.
Well, but you do OnlyFans, right? You said you just started?
No, I've been doing it since I was 18, but I just restarted.
So, do you hate men enough? Are you still okay taking their money on OnlyFans and interacting with them? Or do you just hate men?
I don't actually hate men. It was just kind of like a metaphor.
How is that a metaphor?
Because, like, I literally didn't mean it. There's hella men in this world. Like, why would I hate every single man? I mean, that's pretty logical.
No, I agree with you, but you just said I hate men.
Yeah.
I think she said she's over men. I don't think she said she hates men.
No, I said I hate men.
Relationships. Y'all wonder why men don't even want to be in a relationship. It's because like this. Anytime he does something for himself, he goes out and does an activity he enjoys without his girl, met with attitude. You're supposed to be his peace, not his headache. This is a fucking temper tantrum. You're about 30 years past the point of throwing temper tantrums. If your man's doing everything he needs to provide, if he is upkeeping every end of his bargain for this relationship, let him have a day. He is more than your boyfriend. He is more than your husband. He is a grown adult who has his own interests. And if you want to ruin his good day, shit like this, you don't care about him.
I guess the nose ring theory don't apply to this one. Sounds good to me. I think there was a woman upset with her husband because he was out playing golf and he never did anything else. Mad at him because he wasn't at her every beck and call. That man went out there to play golf and she kept bothering him. She knew he was going to be out of pocket. She knew he was going to be on the golf course. Who does that? Continues to mess with somebody while they're trying to play golf? All you want to do is get out there on the fairway. Peace and quiet. Peace and quiet. And I can't even play around. I can't even play 9 holes without you acting stupid. Leave me alone.
This might have been my worst idea yet. I have scheduled a date for 5:30 on a Friday. Backstory is that he had asked me when I was free and I had said Thursday of this week, and then I ended up having a friend's birthday dinner, so I couldn't do Thursday, and then I was like, all right, well, only other day I have free is Friday before I have dinner with girlfriends. Here I am at 5:07 getting ready for that and fixing my necklace if it'll go. So now I'm running late, and please don't say anything if you watch my last video. I am an outfit repeater for dates. I wore this exact one, not with this guy, but just ignore. Basically, this is the first date with this guy. He's a Hinge boy. I'm not really that excited. I think I just like this other guy that I'm about to go on a third date with next week. But that's why I'm forcing myself to go on this first date, because I can't put all my eggs in one basket. Okay, I just have to do mascara on this eye and then I'm ready, but I'm kind of crashing out because I texted him at 5 that I was gonna be a little late because I was still getting ready, and it'll take me like 15 to 20 minutes to get to this place, and he hasn't responded. Am I getting ready for nothing? Because if so, I'm gonna be pissed off. But part of me is like, God, please cancel. I really don't wanna go, but I'm forcing myself to. Like, I think I need to put myself out there. Okay, it's now 5:18. I haven't heard from him. It's not like, oh, hey, almost there. Which he should be. He should be on his way. Or at least checking his phone. I'm sorry. If he has a date at 5:30, what is he doing? I hate him already. Okay, he just responded with okay, exclamation point. So whatever, I'm going. Here's the fit, little flats, and cheers, wish me luck.
Somebody here in the comments said, before my now boyfriend and I were official, I also didn't want to put all my eggs in one basket and would force myself to go on dates, and all I could think about every date is how I wished I was with my now boyfriend. I would leave a date and cry because I just wanted to be with my now boyfriend. LMAO. No one told him how down bad I was for him. No. But this is what men are talking about. The dates that you keep on going on, knowing that you are actually interested in one person, you guys continue to tell on yourself. No man wants to go through that. Y'all sit up here and allow men to pay for the dates. Think about another dude. Are we serious? Come on, man. What man would want to pay? What man would want to drop $100 and then you say, you know what? I'm thinking about somebody else right now. So you just wasted your $100. But thanks for getting out of the house. You could have spent this money in investments, fantasy football league, sport, on something else. You could have done something else with this money, but you spent it on me. You wasted it on me, actually. Good job. Fantastic.
Are you a guy who wants to have a girlfriend, or maybe you used to want to have a girlfriend, you've thought as a kid about having a wife and a family and getting married, and now you're feeling really, really hopeless and thinking, I don't even want that anymore. It's not worth the trouble. Well, I am here to help you, okay? For one, it's understandable. If you've had really bad experiences, if you've been called a creep, if you've been called a weirdo, if you've been called, fat, ugly, whatever, it's understandable that would be a huge turnoff from talking to women. You'd be like, yeah, I'm not trying to do that anymore. It sucks. Every time I do it, they're mean to me. Fair. If you had, and maybe this isn't a good analogy, maybe you shouldn't be comparing women to dogs, but I'm like, if you had a dog and every time you tried to pet it, it bit you, you'd stop petting that dog, okay? But now think about it from the women's perspective. This is step one, is empathy for women. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard, genuinely, okay? I do know it's hard when you've started to see women as this group of people that are mean and shallow and rude and hateful towards you, okay? It's understandable then that it would be hard to have empathy. But to go back to the dog analogy, now think about every time you go to pet a dog, it bites you. But in reality, it's because the person before you used to beat the shit out of that dog, okay? The person before you beat the dog, until it was nearly dead. And so now, when it sees a hand coming towards it, it freaks out and it lashes out and it bites. Okay? So understanding kind of, how did we get here? Okay? So that's the first thing. How do we get the dog back to being friendly? How do we regain our desire to pet dogs? Once again, I'm going to get canceled for this analogy. I know it, okay? But how do we get back there? How do we get back to a place where dogs are man's best friend? Oh my God, I'm being so bad with this analogy, but you know what I mean, okay? Well, I'm here to help. I've got multiple ideas. I'm going to be rolling out the videos, so just follow along, and we'll get there. We'll get there, okay?
Well, how do you get the dog to being friendly again? You train the dog. Throwing a little love, but the dog needs to be trained. The dog has its place. Do you want to be trained? Do you have a place? Or are you equal? What is it? This is not really a good analogy at all. And number two, it takes away from the person taking accountability for their actions and how they show up in relationships. I see where you're coming from, but at some point in time, you can't rely on people to tell you what to do. You got to start doing things for yourself. Y'all sit up here and want men to do everything for you. Stop being lazy and do the work.
Why do men not approach females anymore? Why are we sending our friends, our homeboy, our homegirl, and everybody else to talk to somebody for you? And why not approach me ourselves? That I don't understand. Speaking for the women, we don't like that. We don't find that attractive. You can't walk up to me and talk to me yourself. Don't talk to me at all. Okay.